Yo, what we doing, family? Yes, sir. How everybody doing? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Y'all already know what's happening right now. You heard me? What's good? What's good, family? Yes, sir, man. Man, I just want, bro, I'm learning a little something each week about dividends. What's good, man? I just want to tell everybody, man, we back, you heard me? Trap back jumping. You already know what we doing. Y'all know what the business is. Pyrex, Red Cup. Come on, man. Trap back jumping. You already know. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, man. Listen, I just want to tell everybody, man, I appreciate y'all. The trap is definitely jumping. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody. Shout out to my trappers in the building. What's good? Trap was jumping today. You know what I'm talking about. What's up to the people in YouTube, the cousins, you know what I'm saying? The soon-to-be trapper's trapper, you know what I'm saying? So I'm your favorite trapper. Hey. What's good, man? We in the building, man. How everybody doing, man? I just want to tell everybody I appreciate you all. I love you all, man. I'm going to just send some abundance and overflow, you know what I'm saying, to everybody. Do me one favor. If you in YouTube world, take that airplane and push that thing a few times. Send it out to a few people. Smash the like button. You know, let's do it, man. Listen, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man, and we ain't gonna play no games, man. We gonna sip first. We gonna sip first, yeah. We gonna sip first. Oh, it was getting good to me. It was getting good to me early. Real early. Everybody do me a favor, man. If you got them red cups, man, put your red cup up. You know what I'm saying? To let them know we trapping. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? I just, listen. Y'all ready? Let me take another sip right quick. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Nina. I see you, queen. I just want to tell everybody what's good, man. You know, I know we getting in. You know, everybody getting settled. Y'all know one thing. Trapper attire is required. Trapper attire is required. What a red cup said, y'all? What's happening? Show me what a red cup said. What we doing? What we doing? What a red cup said. You already, what y'all want to put it in the, don't make me whip it already. I ain't even started yet. Don't make me whip it already. You heard me? Don't make me whip it already. I ain't even put nothing in it yet. The stove ain't even on yet. We ain't even started cooking yet. Don't make me. You feel me? So before we get into that, shout out to the trappers and the trappers. My guy, FGM, man. I love you, brother. That's my bro, man. It's crazy how loyal my bro is and how loyal we are to one another. Every week he come to Trappin Tuesday. Every week he drive me $25 and he be like, bro, I just want to tell you how much I love you. Me and my bro did a jokes together when I was young. We was young, 16, 17 years old. I was, at the time I was still fighting my attempt murder on robbery charge. Before I called my 10, my bro had already did his 10 years, was doing his 10 years on a manslaughter charge. Man, we was young, we clicked up, man, and we just been brothers ever since. And I just want to tell him I love him, man, because he support me every week, man. I want to tell my trappers, man, listen, we had a great class. I brung somebody real dope in. Man, she just spit flames on us, you feel me? Shout out to everybody. I actually got to get 10 more emails because one of the trappers, I bought 29 ebooks for y'all, and one of the trappers went and bought 10 more ebooks. So I gotta get 10 more emails from you all. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna pick. I guess when we do our class Friday, I'll get 10 emails and we'll shake them up, and I'll pick 10 people to get the next 10 ebooks to. So whoever the trapper was that bought the other 10 ebooks, definitely we salute for that. But let's get busy, man. Let's get in the trap, man. Let's start cooking. But first and foremost, listen. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I a fiduciary. Everything that I say is for entertainment and informational uses only. Take none of what I say as what you should be using to build your portfolio or making investment decisions on. Know that with investing comes risk. And with all risk, you must be able to mitigate them correctly. If you aren't able to mitigate the risk correctly, you must seek out financial advice from a fiduciary or a financial advisor. I know one by the name of Rashad, part of the Earn Your Leisure family. He can take you to glory. I can only take you to the trap house. Try with me. Let's get it. Let's get it. Listen. Man. We got some talking to do, man. We got some things to talk about, man. So I hope y'all got y'all pen and y'all pad, man, because we gonna talk, man. So first, let's just run through some things that happened in the market today. I also got some questions from the trappers that we're gonna break down. So we're gonna kill it, man. So let's talk about a few things right now. So the Dow Jones was actually up 262 points. It had a huge surge yesterday. It opened up like 1,700 points immediately once we found out that Joe Biden unofficially won the election. We're not gonna say officially because Trump's still fighting, and that's a whole nother type of thing that's going on that we ain't even gonna get into, right? So once we found that out, but the Dow just went crazy, right? And so once the Dow went crazy, we saw that the S&P did a little something, but we saw that the NASDAQ it didn't shake. They had too much procan in there. On the NASDAQ. Shout out to Virginia Oliver for the $20 super chat. Salute, family. I appreciate that for sure. The NASDAQ got too much procan in it. Too much. It can't shake back. You feel it can't shake right now. So, that happens sometimes. When somebody else trap jumping, your trap ain't jumping. Then when your trap jumping, their trap ain't jumping. It's all good. They got some bad work right now. Right now, the Dow Jones the NASDAQ they ain't got no good. They ain't got the straight drop. They don't got the fit. There's a stepped on, right? But the Dow right now, woo. Boy, they got that blue magic right now in the Dow. You hear me? They got that blue magic in the Dow right now. We're going to talk about them. So the Dow is actually being led by Walgreens and Boeing. That's right. You can smell it through the pack. You already know. Chastity Wall, salute, man. I appreciate that, family. Yeah. So they being led right now by Walgreens and Boeing. So that's crazy. So before we even go any further, let's just talk about Boeing right quick. Right? So even though Boeing is down 53% on the year, right? Even though Boeing is down 53% on the year, right? Even though they have more than 1,000 planes up to date that's canceled, they running right now. They looking good right now. They came out last month and said that the 737 will be back in line by December, right? And they also said what? They said that American Airlines will be the first to go on board with it, but they'll give you as the passenger the right to know that the 737 is what you're getting on. In case people don't know, the 737 plane crashed twice last year, right? The plane crashed twice last year, killing a lot, I think 250 people, right? So Boeing really been fighting through that for a while. Now, one of the things I want y'all to know about is this. There's two things I want us to talk about and I want us to understand. There's a difference between, hear me well, Hear me well here. There's a difference between a damaged stock and a damaged company. There's a difference there. Hertz is a damaged company. AMC is a damaged company. Right? 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 Hear me out now. Hear me out now. Hear me out now. Hold up. Because I'm about to cook on y'all right now. I'm about to cook on y'all. Yo, I'm about to cook. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We about to cook there. We about to cook. We about to cook. We about to cook. Y'all here? We about to cook. Let me see. Did it fall straight to the bottom? Sure the hell it did. Check this out. Boeing is a damaged stock. Shout out to the people for the super chat, man. Shout out to Ezekiel, man. I appreciate you, man, from the bottom of my heart, man. For real, family. Shout out to Patrick, man. I appreciate from the bottom of my heart for the super chat, man. So check it. Boeing is a damaged stock. Here's why. Outside of residential airplanes, the airlines, between the Deltas, the American Airlines, they have a lot of other things going on, right? True enough, they had a lot of people suspended, right? A lot of people took away. Remember, there are 1,000 planes in the hole. We cannot deny that, right? We got to identify exactly what's in front of us, right? We got to identify exactly what's in front of us. That way we can, see, you ever been in a situation where somebody they want you to be what they want you to be and they take away from what it is right now? You did, that's a good thing, Julius. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. He said he got out because they suspended the dividend. That's right. They got in a hell of a lot of trouble. I'm not saying that they didn't get beat up. Shout out to 1K in 12 minutes, man. That's what I'm talking about, family. I appreciate y'all. I told y'all, we're going to just keep giving gems back to back to back. Y'all going to love me again. Yeah. Some people stayed with me. Some people left for a little bit, but y'all know it's all good. I'm going to earn your love. You heard me? You can't get this nowhere else, man. You heard me? That's Trap House under gun. But they did get beat up. I'm not going to lie. They took a whipping. They took a butt whipping. But we must not forget who they are. They are the largest plane manufacturer out. They are the largest. I like what they did. They did something. They got rid of management. Like, bro, you gotta go. You making too many messed up deals. You messing up, right? I gotta go somewhere else. You not negotiating what's going on. You not getting the word out to the people of how good this product really is. You're not getting the word out on how good this product really is. I see somebody say AMC is undervalued. AMC is a damaged company because they about to go bankrupt. We don't want nothing like that. So what Boeing did, they got military things. They got so many other avenues where they creating money from. They are damaged, but it's a damaged stock. If you look 2 years from now, you're going to see the company get back in rotation because you got to realize the 737 was their biggest winner, right? It's like, again, it's like you got a fighter and you take his power hook away. You take his powerful shot is the left hook. That's his thing, the left hook. I'm doing it with the right hand. The left hook is his best shot, right? It's his best shot. But here's the thing with Boeing. You didn't take away the jab. So they still in it. Right? They took away the left hook for a minute. You bobbing and weaving, but you didn't take away the jab. So because you didn't take away the jab, they still in it. Oof. in there, boy. We cooking. What that is? 2.5. Let me cook that now, man. Put on. You feel me? 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 I told y'all I can't trap tonight. I can't trap tonight, man. You feel me? But it's okay. So we already know, the dollar running right now. We're going to get into the dollar a little more, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into the dollar a little more. But right now, also the S&P, down. S&P down. We okay. But the NASDAQ, today it was down 159 points, which is 1.37%. But here's the thing about the S&P. I said, okay, I see the S&P going down. I see it's going down. But let me see what all is going down. And then I realized this is what I saw. They still had 86 companies in the S&P that had new highs today. 23 companies had new lows, right? But here's what we got to learn about I meant to say the NASDAQ, I'm sorry. 86 companies in the NASDAQ had new highs. 23 companies had new lows. Here is what I want us to understand about that. Let's get back. Hold it to the light. So you can see underneath it. Hold it to the light, bro. Take it off the fire. Hold it to the light. Yeah, that's it. We about to whip on him. We about to hit him with something right here. Check it out. So with the NASDAQ, what we gotta understand is this, right? The FANG stocks were really keeping the NASDAQ running, right? So if we look at what's been falling down, it's been some of the bigger names, right? Some of the bigger names from the NASDAQ has been falling. So when you see some of the bigger names fall, the reason why the bigger names are falling is because of this. Let's dig a little deeper here. Two things happen. Two key components happen for us. Joe Biden got elected, supposedly, right? Because we don't know, Trump gonna fight that and all that, and we don't know how that's gonna turn out. We not getting into that, right? And then, so when we saw Joe Biden get elected, we saw the futures ran up that night, right? So we saw people feeding into the market. And then we saw what? Vaccine. Boom. Vaccine hit. The two things that I've been preaching to the pap, I can say that too, fam. But we gonna let it go all the way through. You feel me? I feel like he need to go in on it. Let that go, man. You out of here, man. Let them people run their business, man. You man, go ahead on about your business, man. The people voted how they want. You out of here. You really listen. Before I get any further, let me say this. Let me tell people this. So this is how I believe somebody, and this was great because somebody asked me a dope question today inside of my DM, right? And it was a cool question, right? It was a cool question because yesterday they had a dude on TV and I put it in my stories and I said, Trump was bad for business, right? Like once they put him in office, what happened was he went to getting a little too arrogant, right? This is how I feel. I feel like, being a president is a different kind of power. You know what I'm saying? Like you just ain't the big dog in the hood. Like you run the country, or you the spokesman for the country, right? You the spokesman. Like that's a different kind of power. You know what I'm saying? That's a different kind of power. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's different. You feel what I'm saying? Like they got certain things that nobody in the world had ever said they did. Like the president of the United States. Ooh, Man, you pull up on the club with that, man. What you do for a living? Oh, yeah, man, you know, I'm the president. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm the president. You see them boys in them black Jeeps right there? That's my people, you heard me? They got me. Yeah, man. I'm good. What you said? Who? Oh, all right. I'm all that. You feel me? So, I feel like he got a little too cocky. So he went to saying like the most absurd things. Like you can't be calling people stupid on TV. Like you can't say that in front of the whole, like you gotta have some type of diplomacy. Ooh, Trav hit him with a word again. You gotta have some type of diplomacy with yourself. You feel me? You feel me? So he went to just like he be saying some off the wall stuff. And I feel like what he don't realize is, bro, you represent 350 something million people. And like America never, one of the things you don't want to be is the laughing stock amongst all the nations, right? Because we understand that people, we got to do business. Like I got to go, one of the things I tell people about the hood is me, like, right? The reason I was able to go in different hoods and like hustle was because I built relationships in different hoods with different gangsters. I probably ain't built a relationship with everybody, but I made sure to build relationships with different gangsters in different hoods. So when I go in the hood, you know, you're gonna have some dudes that be like, who that is? Oh man, that's my people right there. You hear me? Like when I went to Cali a couple times, my partner is, God bless his soul, that was my dog, like when I was younger. So I could go in and be like, who that is? Oh man, he with is, and all right, cool, what's up? It was love. You feel what I'm saying? So he not that kind of person. He the type of person that, man, I'm not messing with that. It is what it is. All of them stupid. I'm not doing that. Tell them get out of my face. Up the price. I don't care how long we've been. Like, you can't be like that. So once they realize, okay, this dude bad for business. Right? Because the one thing, I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whatever you is, one thing I want us to realize is this. America is a business. Don't never forget that part. Whether you Republican or Democrat, white, black, Asian, whatever you is, I want you to always remember this. America is a business. And you got to be able to balance. So he ran business like a businessman, not a politician. Right? And that was his flaw. Well, one of his flaws. Right? And then he don't know how to finesse. See, the art of being a great businessman and politician is the art of the finesse. See, he don't know the art of the finesse. All he know is the muscle game. You can't, no, it's no muscle. It's no muscle. You got to learn how to finesse, my guy. You don't know how to finesse. So you trying to strong arm everybody. You trying to like bully and big dog. And you can't do that because we done build these relationships forever. You coming here on someone about to kill it. So the people is like, say, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like you tripping. So he was like, I ain't going nowhere, y'all trick. Man, you gotta go. We ain't about to be. And so, you know, America, them people like, the people who back is like, well, we ain't gonna fuss with you. You out of here. Shout out to Jedi King for the super chat. You know, they're just like, man, we not gonna fuss with you, but you out of here. You out of here, man. I'm out at you. So when Biden, you know, gets elected, the pressure was relieved from a lot of people because they felt like, back to business. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let's get back to business. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he was messing up the money. And because you arrogant. You again, it's a different type of power. Cam said this in the movie, he said some people want to be the man just because. You don't want to listen to the rules no more. Bro, presidents been getting reelected for 30 years. It's hard to beat somebody who already in the office. People been getting elected for 30 years. They've been running it back. Every president since Bush been running it back. So he tripping. But anyway, so these were two catalysts for the market. Thank you, man. For sure. Family said, Trap, you chasing the game out shit. We appreciate you, bro. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, for sure. Let me just talk my talk. So what happened now is Joe Biden comes in and is like, okay, we can get back to business. The way we do business. You feel what I'm saying? And then immediately after Joe Biden, wins the election, back to back, you get vaccines that hit the stage. You feel me? You get for Pfizer, and then you get another one with Eli Lilly. We'll talk about that, right? Back to back. So that tells you, like, okay, let's get to business. Like, let's start doing some things. All right, the economy getting bust up. We got to get this right, but let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people done died. A lot of people done died. The markets done did this. Let's get back to getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? Law and order. I appreciate that, family, for sure. All right. So, with that being said, what we got to realize is this, right? This is what I want us to realize. With tech ran up, think about when tech ran. Right? Tech ran up during the pandemic. Let's be real. Tech ran up during the pandemic because it wasn't really associated with the American economy in so as, like, when you look at the Dow, like, the Dow is literally associated with the American economy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 100% attached to the American economy. Right? But when we look at, like, tech is like its own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got its own sector. They do their own little thing over there, right? So now what happens is when we get a new president and then when we get vaccines, this equals recovery, right? This equals recovery. This equals the reopening of America in stages, right? So what happens is now, it's not over with yet with the pandemic, but remember, the first thing Biden did when he got in was said this: task force, Obamacare. This is what he on right now. Task force for the vaccine, Obamacare. We add 1 million people now who've, no, tech won't die, not at all. Obamacare, vaccine, you got 1 million people who have now caught the virus in the United States, right? So this is the reopening. Like, we got to focus on this. So here's what happens. Because they know this is what's going on, now they are rotating the money. Okay, now let's get out of tech. Let's get back into some of our industrials. Appreciate that, family. Appreciate that, family. You feel me? Appreciate the super chat, Lee. So now it's like, okay, let's get back into our industrials. Let's get back into the things that make us good. So let's look at, this is what I mean by the Dow is part of the American economy. Let's look at those 30, right? Let's listen to these companies I'm about to tell y'all. Johnson & Johnson. Coke. 3M, Boeing, Procter & Gamble, United Health, Caterpillar, McDonald's, Apple, JP Morgan Bank, and Nike. Lavelle, appreciate that, Quinn. I appreciate the super chat, family. Let's listen to those companies. If you think about America, those companies are fundamental companies in America. You feel me? Those are like essential. I don't want to say essential because they're not essential, but those are like the building blocks. Those are like foundational companies of America. You feel me? We use them all the time. You feel me? So now it's, let's not be so tech heavy. Let's now switch over to some of our, you know, heavy hitters. Let's switch over. Let's get back into some of our value stocks. Right? Exactly. The fabric. This is the fabric of America. Tech, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, yo. Tech is the future, 100%. But when we talking about the foundation and the fabric that runs through America, Johnson & Johnson, one of the strongest balance sheets of any company on the stock market, I will put Johnson & Johnson's balance sheet next to them. I will take that Johnson & Johnson balance sheet and compare it to any company on the stock market, yo. That balance sheet is impeccable. Johnson & Johnson, it's impeccable. And this is what, you know, so this is what they switching into. So this is why we seeing that. So now what's happening is you're seeing a shift, you're seeing a rotation, right? And I'm not saying they're getting out of tech, but what they're doing is taking their money now, putting it in some of these value plays that can now move forward, right? So let's think about that, man. Two laggers, damn, bro, we running it tonight, you hear me? We talking tonight. I ain't even much into my notes, right? We just getting biggie. We getting big right here, right? Let's sip to that, man. Let's red cup that. Red cup that. Yup. It's an AA credit. Johnson & Johnson, I'm going to be real with y'all. Johnson & Johnson has probably, I'm not going to say the best because I don't know every company, but you can put them next to anybody and their balance sheet is sick. Let's drink to a sick balance sheet. Put the cup down, Trap. You can't drink the whole thing. You tripping. Be tripping. Red cups, man. Y'all hear the ice. Y'all know what we doing. You feel me? Y'all know what we doing. All right, so let's talk about where the laggers at. So the laggers are in consumer discretionary, tech, down, goods and services, non-essential, appliances. You know what I'm saying? Consumer, when we break it down into sectors, consumer discretionary. So, you know, we definitely need to check that out. So before I get into too much, let me answer a question from one of the trappers. It says, from watching Market Monday, Ian stated that one of his predictions about the airline going out of businesses was wrong. I read an article today on Goldman Sachs, and they saw an opportunity to get into Boeing. They claim they have a great upside, despite being down 53%. From a corporate standpoint, do you think they are evaluating this move from the healthcare standpoint and banking on a product of a vaccine, or would they eventually start stimulating flights to normal, or is it a possible pump and dump? Great question. So I won't say first of all, let me say this about Ian. Ian is a great dude, man. Everybody makes, you know, we make predictions based off of what we see and what our analysis is, right? But I personally, I just told us stay away from the airline industry. I personally felt like there were two airlines that you should have invested in. Alaskan Air. I feel like you should have went with Alaskan Air or Delta, right? Even if you could have went with Love, it was okay. But Alaskan Air and Delta. One, because Delta did something that was dope. Instead of them taking on a lot of debt, they turned down a debt. But what they did was they started like selling off some of their routes. They started selling off some of the gates. You know, they started getting rid of some of the old planes. So they added value without taking on a lot of the debt, right? And with Alaskan Airline, I broke that company down for y'all in the beginning, and they had 19 months worth of cash put up, right? So they could have went 19 months without a passenger and still was good. So I was cool with them too. So let's talk about this, man. Trade volume was up. So I feel, let me say this. So I don't know what Goldman Sachs predicts, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's a pump and dump. I think they're looking at the fact that Joe Biden is in office, vaccine may be in play. Because let's think about it. Healthcare as a whole flourished. I mean, not healthcare. Airplanes as a whole flourished. The whole airline and travel industry flourished over the last 2 days, right? Bookings.com, Expedia, travelers, all the airlines, because a vaccine, and this is what I said again, a vaccine represents we can open this up. So let me say this too. Let me say this. Here's a term that I want you all to know of. Here's a term. I applied for Trappers and I linked me in a group. Cool. Did you email your Facebook name? Did you email us your ebook? Your email and your Facebook name. Also, we asked that you give us 72 hours after you email us that, family. So make sure you email us your Facebook name in the email that you signed up to the group with, and we definitely will get you in the group. We definitely want you to be a part of that. So let me say this, and this is what I want y'all to understand too. There's a term that I want you all to write down. It's called priced in. Right? I want you to write this term down. It's called priced in. And basically what that means is this. So the market is always gonna, what up, family? So the market is always gonna reflect expectations and the future earnings growth of a business, right? That's what the market always gonna move off. Expectations of what the company can do and expectations of how the earnings is gonna grow, right? So here's an example, right? So let's say let's say Sony say, yo, we gonna drop the PS5, right? Boom. The minute they say that, right, that day, the stock may not go up too high or too low. It may go up a little bit, but nothing major, right? You know why? Because that information is currently priced in to the stock price, right? That information is now priced into the stock price. So a lot of times, even with 5G, we're like, yo, I'm gonna get into these 5G stocks right now, right? And then you try to run into the 5G stocks, and then when 5G drop, you thinking, damn, it ain't run up, because it's already priced in. They've already took that information and added that to the stock price already, right? So now check this out. The only way the stock price runs up is when the earnings beat expectations, right? When earnings start beating expectations, at that point we can now see run-ups. Or when earnings or performance of a business beats expectation, that's what causes stocks to run up, because that's what gives investors a great mindset on, oh, this is doing good. It's not a specific product. A lot of times a specific product is already priced into the actual stock price. Right? Now here's the dope part about this. If the earnings and business exceed expectation, that does run a stock price up. Now the stock performs better than expected. And if it performs better than expected, what happens is you can run it up. So let me give you an example, right? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Say Trap, somebody come through with that. Yeah, you heard me? Yeah. Look, you want to get it early? I'm going to charge you an extra $5. $5? $5. All right, cool. I get it from him. I'm the only one with it. So when I get it, now I can serve it at a higher price because nobody is expecting it, right? It's going to go up. Let's say everybody in the hood know such and such about to come through with him. Now it's expected. Oh, I know he about to come through with him. He come through every week with it. It's priced in. Every Friday Trap come through with such and such, such and such. That's priced in. You keep in mind. YouTube, don't do that. And if it's not priced in, at that point, yeah, I know. I think it's back on, you hear me? YouTube be tripping sometime. Y'all, we back on, y'all? YouTube be tripping sometime. We back on? All right, cool. We back. Yeah, they trip sometime. See, I be getting in my bag and they be on the wrong level, you hear me? They be on, they be on it, you hear me? But that's what priced in is, right? So I want y'all to always understand that term priced in. You don't want to just buy a business based on, oh, they about to drop this one product, right? Because a lot of time that be priced in already. And if you buying based on that one product, because people ask me, Trav, what you think about 5G? I'm like, bro, all the 5G stocks, it's already priced into those businesses already. Like when it do that, it's not going to just go crazy, right? It's already priced in because everybody know about it. You feel me? But if they drop a bomb that nobody know about, that's not priced in. If the business perform way faster than what it is, but than what they expected, that's not priced in. That leads to price earnings growth. And that's what we looking for. Y'all feeling that? Let's take a sip to that. Let's read a cup to price in. Let's read a cup to price in. All right. So something else happened today in the market, man, that we're gonna talk about, right? Right? Something else happened today in the market. We did talk about airlines and stuff. Here's something too. The trading volume was up 900% in 2 days in travel industry. That means everybody was over there. For sure, fam. Shout out to the fam, man. Say it was C-Day today already, fam. You hear me? Appreciate you. Glad you're here with us on your day. Appreciate you. Wishing you many more. Keep your head up, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep trapping, you hear me? But look at the airlines. United Airlines up 19%. Delta up 17%. America up 17%. Boeing up 19%. That's a banger. 6.2 million trades were averaged out in both days. 6.2 million shares were moved around both days, yesterday and today, in the travel and cruise line, travel, that whole sector. That's crazy. 6.2 million average both days. That's crazy. Here's something I want y'all to look at so you don't get, here's another one. I want you to, this one about to be, this about to be it, man. This about to be one for sure. Oh, the ice going on. Let's look at it, y'all. This about to be one here. I know this is gonna be one. 100%. 2.25 for sure. 2.25 for sure. Straight drop. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta sprinkle some water on it to make it. Like when you take it out, and you flip it over and it fall, like you just taking, like you splash some water so you be a little wet, not a lot, just be a little. Just a little. Yeah, just a little. Just a little. I just be having fun, family. I ain't gonna lie. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for letting me be me all the time. You hear me? I appreciate y'all for letting me be me all the time. I want y'all to look up something. This is gonna help y'all out a lot. Look up CCI. CCI, the Consumer Confidence Index. I want y'all to look that up. CCI, Consumer Confidence Index. I want everybody to look that up. I want everybody to understand that. Right? This, when we're looking at the CCI, the Consumer Confidence Index, This tells us the attitude that America has toward the economy in the current conditions. It tells us how optimistic people are about buying, selling the current economy, and finding a job. I want us to look at that. CCI, Consumer Confidence Index. Look at that, pay attention to it, look at it every month. Backtrack it for moving forward. This will tell us how the consumers feel. So one of the things people always look at, the fear and greed index. People always look at, what the people be looking at? They look at the fear and greed index. They look at jobs claims. They look at all of these things, the VIX. But all of this tells us about investors. This tells us about investors. Miss Roger, thank you, Queen. Thank you so much, beloved, for the $99 super chat. I just want to tell you thank you, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Y'all know I'm going to come here for that, you know what I'm saying? But when we look at CCI, it tells us about the Consumer Confidence Index. It tells us how people feel about spending their money. It tells us how people feel about finding jobs. That's what it tells us. Big said, thank you for the super chat, family. Trap, what you think about Peloton and Beyonce's situation? Man, Peloton is running, man, because I still think people are uncertain about, just being in gyms. And anytime Beyonce involved, it's Beyonce. Anything she touched turned to gold. You know what I'm saying? So something I want us to think about too, man. Two big things happened today that I want to talk about for sure, and I'm going to answer some more questions after this. Two big things happened. One, so this was cool right here. So Beyond Meat missed on top and bottom lines. So top line is revenue, bottom line is earnings, right? Cash, right? It's never a good situation when you miss on the top and the bottom. It's never a situation when you've been on top and bottom. So the stock price was falling, like it was taking a plummet, right? And then McDonald's is a slick people, bruh, right? So McDonald's is slick. The same day that Beyond Meat misses earnings, McDonald's said, yeah, we're not cutting a deal with Beyond Meat. We coming out with the McPlant. It's our own veggie patty and chicken substitute, right? They dropped that bomb. So Beyond Meat stock goes some more. So Beyond Meat said, oh, you trying to play me? You trying to play me? So Beyond Meat comes out and said, ask him who helped them make that. Ask him who taught him how to make that. Beyond Meat said, ask him who put him in a lab. And McDonald's said, oh yeah, my bad. They did help us. And then the stock went right back up. And then Beyond Meat stock went right back up. It went right back up. It was like, because McDonald's was like, oh, I'm going to hit them while they down. McDonald's try to finesse. They 100% try to finesse. But Beyond Meat was like, don't play with me like that. Who put you on? Who gave you the game? Who gave you the game? Don't play with me, family. So McDonald's was like, Oh yeah, my bad. They did give us the game. My bad. And so today, Beyond Me shares recovered. It's just a crazy thing how people do business. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy thing how, you'll try to hit somebody down. At the same time, you and that man did that deal together, and you gonna say, yeah, I ain't doing that with them. I ain't, cause that was like when, that's the biggest fast food chain in the world. This fast food chain, this is the biggest fast food chain in the world. Right? This is greatest fast food, this is the biggest fast food chain. Whether you like McDonald's or not, they know how to do two things: get great real estate and sell burgers and fries. No matter you like them or not, is what they do. So they didn't want to so this is what they did. They did this. Check it out. Let's break it down. I don't want to score nothing from you, but I'm going to pay you to introduce me to the plug. I don't want to score nothing from you, right? I don't want to score nothing from you. I don't want your product on my block, you dig? I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want to put your money on, I don't want to put your product on my block. I don't want to cut 50-50. I don't want your name attached to nothing I got doing. I don't want to do that. But look, I'm going to pop you off if you bring me to the plug. So Beyond Me was like, all right, it's going to cost you. Oh, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. I know you got bread. I'm trying to run up. I see what you're doing. You don't want to put me in there. You want to cut the middleman out. You want to be the man. You want to be the plug. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a pretty. And matter of fact, let me look at your revenues and let me look at your balance sheet. Let me look at that. Right? Well, what you got? Oh, it's going to cost you. All right. And so McDonald's got money. You got money. You like, whatever, grasshopper. Whatever. Just plug me. Because there's no, but once I get in with the plug, and once the plug show me how to whip it up, I don't got to pay you no more. So Beyond Me said, oh yeah. But don't forget that I can tell people, don't forget that I can tell people that I told you this. Like, ain't no clauses saying I can't say this. Ain't no clauses saying this, so you ain't never getting the up on me, family. So they hit Beyond Me with a low blow. Oh, you try to hit me while I'm down. You try to hit me when my earnings and revenues miss, right? That's what you trying to do? Yeah, we ain't doing that, but tell them where you got it from. Tell them who helped you. Tell them who really and truly, my auntie did me this one time. Like, this is my auntie did me one time. This is real talk. My auntie did me this one time. This is some real talk. So I remember the first time I tried to cook up, right? This was the equivalent to me burning it, right? I missed a couple steps. So I had to go to my auntie because I ain't know. I'm like, damn, man, the water brown. Damn, I done messed the whole thing up. So I called my auntie, and when I called my auntie, man, she put the thing in her hand. This is literally what she did. She did something, so it was a test tube, right? She put it under the thing, and she did this 2 times. I'll never forget this. She put it under the water. It was a test tube. I went to my auntie. So it was a test tube. It wasn't a Pyrex. This was a test tube, right? So she put it under the water. She heated it, and she did this 2 times, no lie. And did that, and I swear on everything I love, in about 6 minutes, it came back. And I realized why I messed up, though. So she taxed me. And she took my shake. She took what was left. She took the shake because she said I burned it, so she ran some jungle G on me, right? She told me it couldn't come all the way back because I had messed it up. So she taxed me and she took the shake, right? She taxed me and she took the shake. I was cool with that. But I never went back to her again after that because I learned. It's the equivalent to what Beyond Me did. You feel me? It was a lesson of the game, you heard me? It was a lesson. It was a lesson in the game, man. So definitely that. All right, let's talk about something else though that happened, man, right? So VFC Corp, right? In case y'all don't know who VFC Corp is, that's the people who own Dickies, Vans, Timberlands, they own those people, right? They actually did a deal. They did a deal with Supreme. We all know who Supreme is, right? Streetwear brand. They did a deal for $2.1 billion and to acquire all 12 stores. So that was cool. That was a come up. That's like, somebody buying Trapper apparel. That was gangster. What I do want us to understand, but what's going on is this, man. I talked to us about being in office, and I talked with VF. That's a fact. And some of the things he was gonna move towards. I'll talk about that. We always know that the first thing he did, and this goes straight into what I said, and people didn't listen to me. Democrats spend a lot of money on defense and healthcare. That is what they spend a lot of money at in office. So if you look at defense, if you look at healthcare, you'll find some great plays for the next 4 years. I can promise you that. Go look at the YouTube I did Saturday. It's a YouTube live. I gave you a 4-year play and an 8-year play. I did it Saturday. I gave you a 4-year play and an 8-year play. Joe Biden and how to go into the re-election. Right? 4-year play and an 8-year play. It was phenomenal. Right? So many people is like crazy. I gave that to us Saturday. And if we go into, let's do something. My trappers got some questions. I got y'all questions wrote down, and then we'll end out like that. Let me listen to the questions, man. I appreciate y'all tonight, man. I ain't lying. Okay, we down. Ain't no more. All right. First question is, Trap, do you think dollar cost averaging is good if you're doing an ETF? So, I actually don't like dollar cost averaging, but if you're in an ETF, I think you can do it. Here's why. Because the ETF is balanced out, right? The ETF is balanced out, and you can actually just keep pouring money into the ETF, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and you'll be fine. So I think you can definitely do that. Jesus. Man, I don't know what happened just now, man. Jeez. Shout out to the fam, man. ER, I appreciate you, fam. Yeah. Shit, man. Listen, I got the high speed, you hear me? I got the high speed, fam. So you can definitely do that with the ETFs. Why is operating cash flow? Here's another question. Why is operating cash flow important compared to cash flow? Why is operating cash flow important compared to cash flow? Okay, somebody asked why I don't like dollar cost averaging. Because dollar cost averaging is you actually buying, the stocks go up more than they go down. Right? Stocks go up more than they go down. So because stocks go up more than you go down, if you are dollar cost averaging, then over the long term, you're paying too much for the stock. I'm not with paying too much for a stock. I'm with buying assets at a discount price and buying them cheap. But with an ETF, I think you are good with that. With ETFs, I have no problem with you dollar cost averaging. Putting money into it all the time because the ETF is different. It moves like a stock, but it's different than a stock. You know what I'm saying? So with an ETF or an index fund, I don't mind you putting money in that weekly, bi-weekly. I don't have a problem with that. I can live with that. I can live with you doing that. I can live with you doing that. So somebody asks, why is operating cash flow important compared to cash flow? Okay, so let's talk about three components right here. You have cash flow, operating cash flow, and free cash flow. And I want to talk about that. That's a great question. So operating cash flow is simply the flow of cash in and out the flow of cash in and out the company with cash and cash equivalents. Right? So that's cash or things that's equivalent to cash. Right? Right? Somebody say, Chap, you be on one. Right? And so then you have free cash flow. So free cash flow is the money they make normally from the business. Normally from the business, from business operations only, right? Just from business operation, no investment, no nothing. Just from business operations. And then after they pay off capital expenditures, the money left over is free cash flow. So now I know what you're gonna ask me. Trap, what the hell is capital expenditures? Right? So what that is, so let's say a company has like machinery, right? That's they gotta upgrade that. That's a capital expenditure. Let's say a company has equipment. Let's say like an airplane company, right? So they got tires, engines, all that crap. You gotta pay to get that fixed. Capital expenditures. It's also a write-off, but you gotta pay that off. Let's say you got like, McDonald's got machines inside of McDonald's that, ice machines and ice cream machines and all of that. That's capital expenditures. So once you pay that off, once you pay for them as a write-off as well, that money left off equals free cash flow. You with me? You with me? And then there's just cash flow. That's just the money coming in the business. You feel me? That money that comes in for the business for cash flow is how you can tell if a business, this is how they bring, the ice cream machines always broke. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny because I told a story in my travels group about how I used to work for McDonald's and how I used to sell when I was young, and I used to sell the bags of ice cream. Oh man, that was funny. Man. Excuse me, y'all. So the cash flow is, let me stop, man. So the cash flow is the amount of cash that the business brings in, and they can transfer that in and out of the business, and that's how they bring value to businesses, right? They use that capital. That's how you can tell if a business can create good cash flow. Then, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the most looked. Those are three of the most looked at metrics when looking at a business. So definitely appreciate that question, family, for sure. Somebody else asks, Trapper. Okay. Trapper, should I approach ETFs like stocks and load up until I see a buy-in price, or do I jump in weekly or bi-weekly? Also, what are some ETFs that I should be looking at right now? Great questions, kind of like the other question that the other Trapper had, right? So, I don't think you should look at ETFs like stocks, me personally, because there's so many companies inside of the ETF, right? There's so many companies inside of the ETF, so the value of the ETF is different, right? And then once a year, they'll see who's the best performers in the ETF and who were the laggers in the ETF. And all they're gonna do is once they see the laggers in the ETF, they'll replace those, or what they'll do is, let's say, again, remember I told y'all about SMH, right? And so we see that Intel, even though Intel has a good chip data center, they good there, but a lot of other metrics inside of that Intel is not good. So what you'll probably see is you'll see Intel stay in there because they have a great balance, not a great balance sheet, but they have a great product with that data center. But what they'll do is they'll take some of that money from Intel and probably put it in AMD because AMD is running. So you'll see the shift. They'll shift in companies in the ETF like that. So what I do think you can do is if you find an ETF that you like, I think you could just put money in there monthly or bi-weekly and just let that run. That's kind of like just putting money in a savings account. You're not going to really lose with it. So you find an ETF that you like, put money in it. To it, I'll give you a couple of ETFs that I like, that's cool. QQQ, XLV, TAN, DFEN, Defend, SPYD, and a lot of people like the ARK family. So you can definitely ride with the ARK family. That's good. Disruptive innovation is the shit. Kathy Woods is amazing. We talked about her before in the group. So again, QQQ, XLV, TAN, Defend, DFEN, which is the aerospace ETF, which I think is going to be great. XLV, which is the healthcare ETF, which I think is going to be great. It's actually the XLV is actually up more than tech sector itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really a fan of the XLK like that. You know what I'm saying? Not me personally, nothing wrong with it, but I'm not a fan of it like that. But I think you could just ride that like that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely hope I answered y'all question, man. So listen, man, I just want to say that I think tonight was amazing. Yes, it is, DFEN. I think that tonight was amazing. I just want to say I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I want to appreciate the, yes, it does. This will go into the group. Yeah, you can get with the ARK family. There's nothing wrong with the ARK family. I think it's cool. You hear me? But it's cool. Cat is a gangster. Take nothing away from her at all. But I think tonight was dope, man. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody with the super chats, man. I appreciate all of the likes, y'all getting them joints up there. I think we had I think we bust up at 1.5, 1,500 people in the group, man. We growing, we getting it back up. We got to get it back up to 2,000, 3,000. I think I maxed out one time at 3,000 people. So we definitely got to get that back up. But it just comes with consistency and just keep providing y'all with value. So we definitely gonna do that, man. But with that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate everybody. Keep checking out the YouTube. I got some dope videos coming up. This gonna be on there. Appreciate y'all. Do me a favor. Oh, for the people who ask me about how do you get in the group, you can DM me the word Trapper on Instagram, or once this clip loads, you'll see how you can get in the group. Definitely would love everybody to get in the group. Trappers, that live that we did our live from the kitchen class Friday. That was crazy. What we do with the live from the kitchen class is, so right now we study in the healthcare sector for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So every Friday not every Friday, but once a week, depending on what the day is, we'll get inside of the class, and I'll pick 5 or 6 trappers. I just have one group. I'll pick 5 or 6 people, and once you get in the group, you got to break down your company, whatever company you decided to look up in the healthcare sector, and then the other people in the group get to ask you about that business. So you can, it's geared toward helping you learn how to research. So definitely that's amazing. And I'm gonna go once a month. Too, so they can ask me questions about the business who I pick. So it's definitely something dope, man. We got our book club coming up next week. So with that, man, it's just amazing, man. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Any one of y'all want to come get into the group, man, we definitely would appreciate it. With that being said, I love y'all. Good night, Trappers. I love y'all. Good night. Get with y'all real soon. You heard me? 100.